Roblox has been on a massive downward decline as of late, with games on the platform that are popular on the front page. Granted, there are some good ones, just outshined by games maximised to get you to spend all your Robux, and now the catalogue as well. The catalogue has played an important part on the platform, as you can customise your character since 2007 when hats got introduced, and since then Roblox has published every single item like the series Dominuses, Valks, Domino Crowns, the Federation series, the list goes on with a ton of memorable hats Roblox have published over the years. But in 2019 they would announce a new idea that would change the catalogue. In the Roblox Developer Conference of that year, they would announce user-generated content, meaning users have the ability to upload accessories for other people to wear and get Robux from it. Now, it is a good thing to know that this was possibly announced in 2015, stated via the wiki, but I can't find any good sources to back that claim up. 15th of August 2019 would roll around, the catalogue would start to see some of the first user-generated hats, with a few select gain access to the program, with Aretha, Diesoft and Who to Trust, to name a few, with the list growing over time. So far it hasn't been anything too outrageous as like re-uploading Roblox's own assets, but that's later down the line. For now, we had some unique stuff and more customization options, with a few minor cracks, like when Who to Trust would upload Downtown Denizen Fedora. At first look, it's like a nice fedora, but it caused up a stir as Roblox already has a series of fedoras that are expensive, with one of them in a matte grey called the Classic Roblox Fedora, and people said it looked like a rip-off of that, causing it to be taken off sale. Even though in hindsight it looks fine, but kinda similar. Then two more instances, with Nariware Futurist X by Muffins being this futuristic style of headphones that caused drama for kinda resembling the shape of Clockwork's headphones, which again got people mad, and then stylish tinted shades by Zelocity resembling classic X89 styling intern shades, but with a black tint, which wasn't on sale for too long after being put on the catalogue. I think you can guess why, as they look quite alike, other than just texture differences. Down the line, they would put an application to allow more creators into the closed program, which is a good thing, but also created demand, as other people wanted to get in on the action, and since it's closed, the people who had access to it started selling uploads to other users to their group for Robux, which ramped up the amount of items on the catalogue and letting more Roblox inspired hats, like different ideas or even their own unique creation and designs onto the platform. This is also the same time people bought other people's accounts for thousands of dollars to have full control over the process, which led to the first wave of one-to-one items, which came in parts where you would have to build them together like Legos. Or some were just uploaded as one and still got past moderation, which just shows how well they checked each item to see if it was something different, or it was something that Roblox has already made, let alone a copy infringement, as a lot of these items are DMCA cases away from being off the catalogue. Then the other thing was using copy protected items like characters from popular TV shows, games or movies like Walter White, Scooby-Doo, Garfield, Mario, you name it. There would have been someone who would turn that into an item, and some of these are quite lazy at best. Take for instance this item, which is Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day. Looking at the texture, it looks like they just grabbed the actual source files from the game and used that, and then worked with that with a head shape, just using probably a mesh that the creator maybe made, or one from the actual game. I'm not quite too sure on that one. There are more items like this on the catalogue even before public UGC even released, which is foreshadowing one aspect of how the catalogue has changed. Now, before this idea was even introduced, copyright had gotten better, as copyrighted music has been deleted off the platform and some copyrighted clothing, but not as well as music. As companies do have the right to copyright their protected property, which also implies to clothing on the platform, as well as hats using the DMCA system, as it's quite a double-edged sword, but more on that later on. On the 15th of April 2024, public UGC is open, and just in that day alone, a swarm of new items hit the catalogue, as now Roblox is using AI to detect if the mesh is stolen or ripping assets, as before it was done by hand by moderation team, but this system in itself is flawed, as someone can still use, say, Dominus Astra Mesh and texture and alter the colour of it and just upload it and it will still get passed, just as long as they alter the shape of it, even just a little bit, though everything else was still done by Roblox. Then people also found out you can just combine items together that Roblox made and it will go through just fine, as it's technically not an item on the catalogue, but rather two separate items mashed together, like Dominus and Antlers, or Bunny Ears, then Riddling Skull with various items like a fedora or a Bloxy Cola hat. The list goes on, with people even creating the standard rich Roblox outfits and selling that to people, as there really isn't much of a filter on what doesn't get past AI moderation system. Then with the growing popularity of artificial intelligence with applications like ChatGPT, some people are using it to create items using Luma Labs, where it will generate a mesh and texture based on the description the user gives to the program. But the problem with this is that it looks, well, AI generated in some places, and it looks very oddly shaped rather than what a human could do. Same with the texture, looking very weird with it not being human made and having some odd smudged areas, or the texture designs don't really make any sense. And when looking at the texture file, it's also like in like a Lego set with it all being split up all into different areas. This isn't to say some people don't texture like that, as if they own, say, Substance Painter, it is quite easy, but it's more the fact people would like to optimize the texture file so it doesn't look bad in R6, which it compresses down to around 256 by 256 pixels, meaning if it was all scattered away, the hat would look very low quality and riddled with lines from the piece separation. But the stuff that shouldn't be on the platform is like these. It's baffling that it hasn't been taken down off the platform, and actually quite the opposite is happening with more appearing on the platform, as it's like sexualizing people's characters and most likely used in those sort of scenes. There are modest options available to customize your character, which are fine and great additions to the catalogue for some users to customize their fits, but the ones that are trying to be overly sexual should have been removed off this platform, as it doesn't just cater to over 18 players, but rather a young audience as well, with 20% of them being under the age of 9. This has been a problem even before UGC was even announced or in progress, as there have been shaders, which are t-shirts that shade certain areas to emphasize body parts on the character in R6 or R15, which was getting deleted a lot by moderation, but now there's an abundance of them, so if you know the right keywords you can just find them with ease. It's funny how a popular YouTuber back in 2008, Flesk Jerta, got banned for making a Roblox model with 2 cylinders attached to it. That is literally what's happening right now, and there is a swarm of options to choose from by different creators and no repercussions their way, and they're getting paid to create these assets, with 30% going to the accessory creator and 70% to Roblox. With the introduction of public UGC, Roblox did bring out the rights manager, which is a good thing to help people take down items that use their stolen work, which does hardly work most of the time, and even when it's clearly stolen with the same mesh and texture, you can still get declined by the rights manager team, as it's clearly a different item, which is a complete lie. The only line that people have to contact Roblox that actually does something is in Europe under DSA, Digital Services Act, which essentially is an act to help provide greater online safety for citizens of Europe, hence why they only have access to this, but you can bypass that quite easily. The DSA email is one of the few that actually will do something with the information provided, and have took down a lot of sexual roleplay accounts preying on the younger audience after people reported it and not Roblox putting in a stop to it before the account was even made. More recently, tons of dynamic heads have gotten deleted. Some are valid, as they were literally ripping off Roblox's designs without altering it, and some were not so much, as they were altered to have their own unique look. Then a few hours later, they would show back up on the catalogue, not by the original creator. Say take for instance this head, which was made by Inf Chris, who spent hours in paint.net designing it for it to be re-uploaded by a guy called Maxell. Not on his main account, but rather an alt to dodge all repercussions, as not only was this a straight re-upload, but it was uploaded right after the item got deleted, same with a lot of Inf Chris's other head designs. All while claiming these are his own designs in the bio of the account that uploaded them. How ironic. If you use Twitter, you would have recognised this name, as he was an advocate of one-of-ones being removed off the platform, while also owning a group full of those one-to-one designs of Roblox made items, and now to add this on top, he has surely become one of the villains of UGC. So how was this done, as that's a lot of dynamic heads deleted in mass? Well, they have found a way to falsely take down heads, no matter if it's stealing Roblox's work or custom made. It can get taken down, which just shows how flawed the copyright system can be on Roblox. And just as an update as well, the heads that got taken down have finally got reinstated back on the website by the original creators, and then the re-uploaded versions got content deleted as well, so all is good in the world again. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any other suggestions or points to bring up. Check out my Discord server, as I'm trying to build a community over there. Check out my join page on YouTube if you wish to support the content I make. And with that being said, I'll see you some other time.